Well, hello YouTube. So I have not seen you for a long time, or you've not seen me, I guess. Um, I had some personal stuff come up that I really needed to deal with, sort of offline, and I needed to take a step back from a lot of my online presence. I disabled both of my Facebook accounts. I hadn't signed on to Twitter or Tumblr. I hadn't made a video. In fact, I think I've not made a personal video, a just me video, since December. I know I did in January and February. I did Brin Live. I don't know if I even did anything in between there. I do want to do another Brin Live soon, but I need to just figure out the scheduling and timing on it, because it's not always easy for me. Sorry, guys. So, what did prompt me to finally make a new video is I went to the Trans 100 event. Now, the Trans 100 is not the 100 trans people. It's really the most notable trans people working in the areas of activism and awareness and justice for trans people. And it was the brainchild of Jen Richards and Tony Dorsey. And they had a panel of 17 curators, narrowed down a list of almost 350 people, 350 nominees. I know I was one, but there was no way I was going to make the list, nor did I ever deserve to. And they narrowed it down to 100 people. And they were very aware of making sure that it was intersectional. I mean, there was representation of, geography across the United States. Granted, it happened in about 3 months or something, like just a ridiculously short amount of time. It's diverse geographically, socioeconomically, racially, and across the entirety of the gender spectrum, or continuum, or cloud, or however you want to conceptualize it. And they had a launch event on the 31st, which was also Easter, but it's the Transgender Day of Visibility, which is sort of the bookend opposite of the Transgender Day of Remembrance. I'm blanking on the name of the woman who kicked off Day of Visibility, but it was, intentionally created about half a year away from Day of Remembrance so that we can honor our living. And the Trans 100 was a fantastic way to actively do that. It's by trans people, for trans people, and the launch event was just amazing. It was here in Chicago. They did stream it live, and I'm thinking they're probably going to put the recording up online. They haven't done it yet. It was just a couple days ago. Once they do that, I will put a link here. Put a link right here, over the vacuum cleaner, to that video, assuming it's on YouTube. But it was a night of celebration of trans people and trans talent, and there were performances by Namely Brennett, Joe Grayson, I think, from Coyote Grey, and Kokoma, who was the MC of the night. Janet Mock spoke. There were a couple of other speakers, but Janet Mock was the keynote. She wrapped up everything at the end. It was just so amazing. I've never been surrounded by so many trans people in one place before in my entire life, and it was just so kind of cool to be in the majority and know that, in this context, in a gender context, because I'm white. I mean, I'm very often in the majority in that sense, but to know that everywhere I look, there is somebody, 90% of the people that I can see in my field of vision understand the pain that I feel when my gender starts getting to me, and I start feeling all of the shame and pain and guilt and everything else that goes along with being transgender. So it did inspire me, to get back on the horse and start making videos again. I will say, though, that it had another effect. It also made me feel pretty insecure about the work that I do. The fact of the matter is, there are people out there who are just giving everything they have. I mean, they're in the shit, as they used to say in military, they're on the front lines, and they're doing the hard work, and they're living so loud, and so proud, and so forcefully, and, here I am just sort of sitting in the background, making my little YouTube videos, and I've got 1,000 subscribers now, which is really pretty awesome, and I am thankful for every one of you. But I had mentioned in one of my early videos that the difference between Brin and Paul is that Paul was always the awkward kid growing up. Paul was the one who didn't get to sit at the cool kid table and didn't get, wasn't in on all the jokes and sort of got picked on and led to me being somewhat awkward. And I'm a very social person. I need to be around people, and I need to have, interaction, one on many, many on one-on-one. Need to have interaction in order to feel like a whole person. Okay, I'm an extrovert. That's just how that works. But, this just made me sort of feel like not sitting at the cool kid table again. Not because I wasn't on the 100 list, because, dear gods, I do not belong there. Okay? But just because, I just feel inadequate to the task, and there's, oh my god, the women there were so beautiful. It's not fair. And, I just felt like that awkward kid again. And I don't often feel like that with Brin because, presenting Brin, because I do have a sense of confidence different than, what I had growing up or when I present male. But, oh my god, I don't know how to be who they are. I'm not as smart as they are. I am not as clever as they are. I'm not as beautiful as they are. I'm not as active and vocal and brave as they are. And I sit back in my little bubble of privilege, and I don't have to do anything that I don't want to do most of the time. And I don't know. It's just amazing to know that those people are out there doing all of the work that needs to be done, and especially knowing that I don't have the wherewithal or the wisdom or, whatever it takes to do it myself, because I don't let myself, or because I don't actually have the talent. I'm not creative enough, but oh my god, Jen Richards is amazing. Tony Dorsey came up with the idea, mentioned it apparently on Facebook. Jen saw the post, sent in a couple of names as a submission, and then went to bed and couldn't sleep because her mind just started racing with all of this possibility and all this stuff that had to be included in it and the way that it needed to be, and started working with Tony, and then just ran with it. And she's smart. She's bold, and god damn it, she's savvy, and wow, I can never really hope to measure up to that. Not that it's a contest. There's nobody out there saying, why can't you be more like Jen Richards? But I know that I'm not those people, and I am always going to be on the sidelines, I think. I don't know that I belong anywhere else. I have little daydreams and fantasies and stuff like that you know, some Hollywood director is going to come across my videos and realize that they have a story with a bigender character that they absolutely need to tell, and they need me to do it. And, you know, hey, if you're that person, contact me. Send me a note. Send me an email, brin@bigender.net. I'm willing. But I know that's not going to happen. And, you know, I don't know what it takes to be a YouTube celebrity. You know, I like to imagine that I have things to say that people are interested in hearing. But I don't know that I actually do. I mean, I have a modest number of subscribers and hits on my videos. I got targeted by 4chan, which, you know, I guess is an accomplishment. One of my videos from Trans Awareness Month, Day 9, where I talk about privilege, got linked on 4chan at some point, and I got just bombarded with comments on that video. There's 70 of them or something like that, 50 of them. And I blocked all of those users from commenting again, but I mean, for Christ's sake, anyone can open a YouTube channel, but, you know, some really nasty transphobic stuff, and it's really the first time I've been exposed to that directed at me personally. And I worked really hard not to let it get me down, but it really did discourage me from wanting to post another video, because I don't know, those guys are good at trolling, you know, they sort of make a living at it, or at least a very intense pastime out of it. So I don't know how many of them subscribed to my channel just to see if I posted another one and they had something else to troll. I don't know. But, you know, I don't really want to get another load of that. If I do, so be it. Hi, 4chaners, if you're there. You know, fucking haters gonna hate, right? They're gonna say the shit that they're gonna say. Whether they're saying it to me or they're saying it to somebody else. I can take it, but, you know, it is a little disheartening just to read all of that shit and know that no matter what I say, that kind of trash and garbage is always going to be out there. And it's the people on the Trans 100 list who are really going to be the ones to make any actual headway in this, you know, in changing any of that. I just have to console myself with, every drop of water helps fill the bucket, and know that maybe somebody's going to come across one of my videos and change their mind. You know, that would be great. I did get recognized by 2 people at the Trans 100 event, which I thought was cool. You know, one person was there taking photographs, and he took a number of photographs of me. One with my girlfriend, a couple with my girlfriend, but one of them that we saw was really nice, and I'm hoping to get that because it would be a nice one to have. And someone else, just as I was leaving, she stopped me and said, "Thank you for the work that you do," which, you're welcome. I don't feel like I'm really doing anything worth thanking, but, you know, it's nice to hear. So maybe, you know, I am a drop in the whole bucket. And something else that's been really cool is I've gone to a couple of meetings of a local organization called No Boys Allowed, which is a group for male assigned at birth trans folk. And, you know, I've tried going to one trans group before, and I didn't really fit in. Shock. But I didn't really fit in with them. It was more of a genderqueer crowd, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. But they were also very much younger than me, and just in a very different place in their life. And so, you know, I didn't have as much to relate as I hoped I would. This group seems, I think I have a little more, to, I don't know, connect on with people. So I've gone to that a couple of times. I'm really enjoying it. If you're in Chicago, you should check it out. And yeah, that's all I have. So sorry that I've been absent so long. There's been a number of factors, but, you know, I hope that my absence isn't greater after this. You know, I'd like to keep doing these. I just need to make sure I have something to talk about. After November, it was really hard. I felt like I talked about everything. There was nothing left. Thank God for Trans 100. So yeah, I hope you have a lovely, wonderful day. Come check us out on the bygender.net forums, which is bygender.net/forum. And you can contact me at brin@bygender.net, Brin Convenient at Formspring. Well, go to formspring.me/BrinConvenient, tumblr.com/BrinConvenient, twitter.com/BrinConvenient. And then I think that's it. Contact me, ask me questions. I love talking to people, and it makes me feel less like the awkward girl. Bye, everyone.